back to my channel. I wanted to do a video on some of the products from MAC that I have in my collection. I wanted to see if I could create a full face using the products that I have. The only thing I don't have from MAC, I think, is a setting spray. I've been a big fan of MAC for years, and I really stopped buying their products after I started learning more about makeup. MAC was the only company that I know that sells makeup at the time, but I really do miss using MAC products. I don't really think a lot of people talk about their products anymore. I want to just use the stuff that I have in my collection to see how it still works on my skin. When I started collecting MAC products, I had oily skin. I think like back then I was more into like their lipsticks and their foundations. So I have this MAC Prep and Prime, a primer base. So I had this for years. I'm not even sure if it has an expiration date. This was one of my favorite primer. I'm not sure if this is for dry skin, but we'll see how it feels on my skin because I haven't really used it in a while. I'm not really a big fan of their products anymore because especially sometimes the collaboration they comes out with, I'm not a big fan of it, but sometimes I go on their website to see what they have. Honestly, MAC has some really nice products. So this still works on my skin. It feels like this is for all skin type. I don't know if MAC has a primer for dry skin, but this feels really good on my skin. I don't have a foundation from them. I only have concealers, and you could use concealers as foundation. This is one of their concealer. It's a water weight concealer. I have NC50. I don't know if you guys remember that they always used to give people, especially women of color, the wrong shades. They always think like I had like red undertone, and I don't have red undertone. I have yellow. So I think this is gonna work. I know the last time I used this concealer, so I'm not sure how it's gonna look on my skin. Like what I know now about makeup, I don't think I would like go spend a lot of money on MAC products. Not saying that they're not good, but I don't see myself spending like $36 for a foundation. So I think this is all I'm gonna put. I've learned to just use things in my collection and make it work for me. I think I'm not going to like go and try to buy a foundation from MAC right now. And this looks really good actually. And I think I used to mix this with the NC45. This was the first things that I bought from MAC in the compact. I use the NC45 for my brows, and I have NW40. I think I used to use it under the eyes. Studio Finish Concealer, and it's SPF 35. I'm not sure how this is gonna work on me, but I tried to use it on my brows and it was like so drying, so I had to use another concealer. But I think I'm gonna go in with NW40. Let's just see how NW40 works. And I didn't want to throw them away when I was doing my declutter video because, you know, you could just like put some oil in this and use it, but it looks like it still works. Okay, and I'm just gonna put it around my lips because I have some discoloration around my lips that I actually don't like at all. And actually it's very creamy. I think this is why I actually love these. Everybody used to want to get something from them because I was one of those people. Every single day I used to be at MAC because I had friends that works at MAC. Most of the people that actually try to help me, they always give me the wrong shades when it comes to foundation. I think that's the reason why I really don't care for the foundations anymore. And I think what I have now is sufficient. I don't need to go and buy anything else. All right, this don't look bad. Only when MAC comes out with something like a collaboration and I want to support that person, I will go and buy that product. But just to go to MAC and say, hey, I want all of this, you won't see me doing this. But I think the last product that I bought from MAC, this is the setting powder that we're gonna use. This is from Patrick Starr. Patrick Starr had a few collaborations with MAC, and he had some really nice stuff. I think that's the only time I was interested of going into the MAC store and pick something up. And I really do love this setting powder. It's really good. You guys can find that number because this was a collaboration years ago. What I like about this setting powder, like, it's settled into the skin really good. Can't really tell if I have any setting powder. This brush here is from Sensationnel, and this is the FB03 brush. Like, this is really good for setting under the eyes, and also good for putting on highlighters. And this is RAIZIN. This was very popular back then. I don't know if they still, I'm sure they still have it. I didn't show you guys in my declutter video because I didn't know where it was, and I don't think a lot of people talk about RAIZIN. You could use it as a blush, you could use it as a contour. I'm gonna use it as a contour today. I don't know how it's gonna work, but let's just see, because that's all I have, and I'm just gonna try to make it work. So all I'm doing, I'm just taking the tip of the brush right here to contour my face. Like, if you guys don't have this blush in your collection, this is one of the blushes that you need in your collection, because this is such a beautiful shade for women of color. We're gonna go ahead and use this powder. This is the Dark Deep Mineralized Skin Finish Natural Powder. And this is what it looks like here, and I've seen a lot of people talking about this powder, and this is my first time trying this out, so we're gonna see how it looks on my skin. So I'm gonna use a bigger brush because I want everything to cover good. So now I'm like setting the face. I'm seeing a little separation right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I think that's one of the reasons I stopped using the concealer to set under the eyes. I think I start using it as a base because I feel like it's separating. I don't know, it's me. So we're gonna go ahead and do the eyes. The only eyeshadow that I have from MAC, this one here is Bronze Script. Bronze Script was very popular actually. Everyone used to talk about Bronze Script back then. I have this paint pot. I think I have two of them, but this is the one that I really like, and I haven't used it in a while. So let's see how it works. A lot of people who I used to watch doing their face on YouTube, everybody used to wear this. Oh, you should buy this paint pot. This paint pot is really good. And Bronze Script is just a brown shade. So I'm just gonna use this all over the eyes because that's the only shade that I have. And I think, I don't know, I think back then when I bought this was like $7. I'm not even sure like how much for them anymore. I'm not sure if they have them, but I'm gonna check online to see. Yeah, this is like Empress pigments. I have a few pigments from MAC. I don't even know if they have this, but this color name is Tan, and it's a beautiful shade. I just want to take a little bit and like put over the eyes, so I'm gonna use my finger, you know, just put on top of it here. I'm gonna try my best to see if they have it on their website, and I'm gonna list it below, but I'm actually loving this pigment. I have two highlighters from MAC here. I have Cheeky Browns and I have Gold Deposit. Gold Deposit is like my favorite, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that shade, and this is it here. This is the one I'm gonna recommend for you guys, and this like is so good, and it blends in so well. One of my favorite lipsticks, Ruby Woo, was very popular. Like, everybody wanted Ruby Woo, and I think I only used it one time, so we're gonna go ahead and try it out with this look. This is like a matte shade. I've had some really beautiful lipstick, smell really good. I really do love Ruby Woo. I'm not sure if they still have it, but I'm gonna try my best to see if products that I share with you guys, if they have it in their website. So these concealers, I won't recommend them to put under the eyes. I think it's a little bit too drying. Now that I use the product, I know why I stopped using them. Mine is a little bit too drying, so I think I'm gonna add a little bit of oil in there to loosen up a little bit. Maybe if you have oily skin, you could get away with it. I don't like this base for the eyes. It's a little bit too sticky, but I'm gonna keep using it because I want to finish it, and that will be it for me. But these are the products that I have in my collection that I wanted to do a full face to see how it works on my skin. Thank you guys so much. See you guys in my next video. Bye.